Boom shakalaka, with the entire market down another 8% today, we're going to take a look at how low can Bitcoin go for realistic scenarios. You definitely want to stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're taking a look at how low can Bitcoin realistically go. I made a video of this same title 2 weeks ago, and you know what? Bitcoin was $30,000, and we've already blown through two of the potential scenarios for where Bitcoin price could go. So today's video, I'm going to give 4 new scenarios and reasons why Bitcoin could likely get to those levels. Before we do, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Come and join us over on Twitter at @CryptoLove. And push the like button. Let's try and get to 1,000 likes. If you are still in cryptocurrency, I mean, bless you. You pat yourself on the back. Many people would not go through this, but you did. You deserve a very strong pat on the back and also a happy ending. So we'll see what we can do for you towards the end of this video. Now, today, extreme fear, 6 single digits. I believe this is the 4th day in a row, but it's getting to be so many. I can't even remember anymore the last time we had such extreme fear like this. The entire market down 8%. Bitcoin at 18,284, Ethereum at 955, BNB at 192, Cardano 44 cents, XRP 30 cents, Solana $29, and Dogecoin 5 cents. And if you want to know the top coins today based on artificial intelligence and machine learning, they would be Trust Wallet, Helium, Solana, Nest Protocol, and Tether Gold. And you can actually try out Token Metrics for yourself, free for a week. There is a link down in the description. Now, the psychology of a market cycle for those people who are kind of new to trading in market cycles. This is basically what it looks like. You know, you have this big giant market rally, euphoria, everybody's a genius, everybody's rich, and then, it starts to cool off. We just need to wait for the next rally. And then, why am I getting margin calls? My investments keep falling. Oh no, everyone's selling. I need to get out. Capitulation. And then we have depression. And then deeper depression. And then wrecked. And then rector. This is a hilarious one by William Clemente. I think this is kind of the sentiment that everybody has right now, where the market just keeps on going down and down and down. And how much worse could it possibly get? Well, hopefully we'll be going over some of that in today's video. Now, there are certain reasons for the market tumbling like it is. One of the biggest reasons, if you're not aware of, is there's actually a coordinated attack against Celsius. And if you want to know why, and if you want to know who the actors are behind this coordinated attack and what their motives are, there is this entire story by The Real Plan C. He has done a great investigative job of telling you everything that's going on with Celsius and why this is causing the markets to collapse. You can check him out on Twitter at @TheRealPlanC. I'll actually put a link to this down in the description so you can read this as well and be in the know about what's going on and what's causing the entire market to collapse. Now, because of this coordinated attack that's pushing the price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies down, it's actually causing many miners to have to sell their Bitcoin, something that they weren't planning on doing. They were planning on accumulating more Bitcoin at these cheap prices and then selling it as the price goes up. But because the price keeps tanking, they have to sell their Bitcoin just to cover their costs. The hash price is the lowest it's been since October 2020. They just can't cover their costs. They're actually, we can see right here, for a while, for many months, since November, they weren't selling anything. And then all of a sudden, the past month or two, with prices coming down, they have to start selling their Bitcoin on exchanges to start covering their costs again. That too is causing the price to tumble. So we have 2 very significant reasons causing the price to tumble. As a matter of fact, there's one coordinated attack, which is causing kind of a waterfall effect or a cascade effect of miners to sell their Bitcoin, which is further lowering the price. Now, that being said, you may be able to get some Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies at generational low prices that we've never seen before, but we all want to know, how low could Bitcoin go? So there are 4 potential scenarios. I will go through scenarios 1 through 4, one at a time, and then we can all see if I was actually right. And hopefully, you know, it's this first scenario I'm going to talk about right now. So the first scenario right Now, if we take a look at Bitcoin historically, when it has touched this yellow line, the 200 weekly moving average, and we take a bar pattern of that to the top, we do that from back here in 2015, we do that from back here in 2018, and we also do that from the COVID bottom in 2020. Now, if we plot those all out to when we just touched the 200-week moving average, this yellow line, well, those would be those blue lines right here. And if we take a look at the bottom of them, all those blue lines come down to right where we are right now, which coincidentally is this green line, which is the lowest line that Bitcoin ever has touched, the 280 weekly moving average. Now, that being said, we might actually, say a couple prayers, cross your fingers and your toes, we might actually be at the bottom. But I'm not exactly convinced, especially after reading those articles from William Clemente, from the Real Plan C. So, that being said, what are the other possible scenarios for where Bitcoin could go if the price continues to tumble, making Bitcoin historically the lowest price to value that it has ever had in its entire history, which would make it the best buy it's ever been in its entire history? Well, the next scenario would actually be something that I learned from reading through this Celsius story from the Real Plan C. The next scenario would actually be priced down to roughly about $13,500 per Bitcoin. Now, why this price? Well, it turns out that's the liquidation price for Celsius. And a lot of these companies that have coordinated to attack Celsius, they don't plan on stopping until Celsius is gone. They don't care how low the price goes. They literally don't care about every investor in cryptocurrency. They just want to get rid of Celsius. So that's number 2. Okay. Number 3 is very, very interesting. So if we take our distance from the halving, these blue lines right here are the halving. We take our distance from the halving from where we are today, and we compare them with the chart on the distance of the halving that we were in 2018, and also the distance from the halving that we were in 2014 to the halving. Well, if we plot all of those where the price is right now, that would be these yellow lines right here. And it turns out these yellow lines go down all the way down to roughly $8,700-ish. Now, that's also very, very close to another line that I have right here. In case you guys haven't seen it, there was a video that I did where after Terra Luna collapsed, I was like, wow. I was watching a video and I was like, wow, this really reminds me a lot of BitConnect. And I was like, after the 2017 peak, there was BitConnect in 2018. And I was like, after the peak in 2013, wasn't Mt. Gox right around that time? Well, it turned out that the distance, we can see the top here in green, and then the collapse here of Mt. Gox in yellow. And it turned out that the time to the bottom was 315 days and 76% down. And I was like, oh, interesting. Let's take a look at the next one. We have the peak here, and we have the BitConnect collapse right there. And it turned out, coincidentally, that the time to the bottom was 315 days and 76% down. Now, if we take this Terra Luna collapse and we just plot out where we could potentially go, well, by the end of March 2023, this could bring us roughly to around $7,700, right around that $8,000. So like, we'll say $8,300-ish would be scenario 3 for how low Bitcoin price could go, based on our distance from the halving and based also on having a giant collapse after the peak. Both of those things suggesting roughly around $8,000-ish. Now, that's scenario 3. So if you don't remember, we're at the bottom now. Whew, we can stop sweating. It's over. The next one will be $13,500. The next one will be $8,000. The last scenario, if we take a look at this red line right here. Now, we have the bottom here, December 2018. We also have the COVID bottom here in March of 2020. We plot this line out. Guess what? Where we are right now, the price is roughly $5,700. Over the next year, it goes up to maybe $6,000. So that could, $5,000 to $6,000 could be the ultimate bottom, aside from zero if Bitcoin doesn't go to zero. But that could be the ultimate bottom. So the bottoms, 1 we're at right now, 2 would be 13.6, 3 would be roughly 8,000, for would be roughly $6,000. We could go that low. Me personally, if I was to bet, I would likely bet on these one because they might not stop for any reason until that happens. So, that being said, I sure hope that it doesn't go down this low. I hope that these guys realize that there are actual people involved in cryptocurrency. It's not just like a eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth thing between them and Celsius. There's actually thousands of people who kind of depended on this money being there. And I know that when they're multi-billionaires and they're hanging out with presidents, it may not seem like other people exist, but other people do exist. And other people, have feelings too. So, that being said, I hope we don't see the lows that I was talking about here, but it's certainly a possibility. And with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, very speculative asset classes, you never know what's going to happen. So guys, like I said, if you are still involved in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, bless yourselves, pat yourself on the back, put on your big boy or big girl huddle pants, and hopefully we can all get through this together. So, thanks for watching. I love you. Have a good one. Peace.